Hey guys, it's Law Get Some. I'm coming at you with a Abyssal Sire guide. So this is the gear layout. I got full bandos, a Vernic Defender, Torture. I finally got the upgrade to the Torture. And here's what the inventory looks like. I'm going back for a stamina potion. Alright. So you need to be able to have access to the fairy rings. I don't know a better one than right here, so I just used the Edgeville one. Alright, let's go get this kill going. Alright. Normally I'll take a drink of this extended anti-venom before I go, but just for the guide's sake, I'll bring it with me. So I'm using mage. You could use range. I feel like mage is just the more ideal thing to use. Seems to do more damage in range, taking down these respirators. So you need to use shadow barrage or some shadow spell to stun the sire, and then you want to come over here and kill as many respirators before your time runs out from the stun. Normally I could do 3 before I have to stun them again. You see how the respirators came back up after. Alright, after you do that, you want to put your melee gear on. I'm going to wait to pot until now. Alright, so the Ember Light is best in the slot, I'm pretty sure. I just walk back and forth to avoid any poison attacks. Poison mushrooms, if you stand on them, they do pretty big damage over time, every tick, I'm pretty sure. You want to switch to range prayer and take a step as soon as he stomps. You don't want to stand where I'm at. He teleports you, you want to run immediately. Now go back. Damage. Alright, this is how I heal. I bring a master wand with me with blood barrage ready on it. That way I just gotta equip it. Get low HP. A few blood barrages. And there we go. The sire kill. But you know me, we're gonna do a whole trip. Alright, so let's top of prayer back up. I start with a shadow blitz, and then I go into the shadow barrage so I don't waste my trident charges. And you kind of want to watch for when you get 50 damage. Like 25 there, there's a 20, so I gotta do a third hit. There's a third hit. Maybe on this one I'll get a 2-hitter. And I noticed over if it gets down to like 5 or 6 seconds, it won't you can't kill the respirators no longer. It's weird. You figure it'd go down all the way to 0 before they can't die no longer. But yeah, throw your melee gear back on. Spec him. Try to drop that attack so he ain't doing much damage, and the defense for faster kills. You get a few free hits here. And there's the stomp, move. You normally want to stay away from the tentacles over there. They can smack you for like a 30. Alright, so it's parapod. Let's go ahead and heal up. There we go, one barrage, it healed. I try to make sure I'm at full HP before I go into the next boss. It's kind of hard on mobile to get the clicks off sometimes. Especially with those mushroom clouds going. Sometimes I'm just not hitting for nothing for some reason, but there we go. Back to it. One more smack. There we go. With one prayer point to remain. Here are some of the loot I've gotten from Sire. I've done 72 so far on this task. It's pretty decent money. I don't know if I recommend it or not, due to it being so tedious compared to other bosses like Cerberus or whatnot. It's just, I get about anywhere from 6 to 8 kills per trip, and it's a pretty long stop in between each trip. That, and as you see it, the learning curve on it is a little bit harder than the other Slayer bosses as well, due to the, if you want to get halfway efficient trips. Ooh, this is going to be a rough kill. No spec hit. Yeah, you just want to DPS them down as much as you can. Try to get him where he's going into that next phase. As long as you ain't in front of him, you can get quite a few 3 hits off on him before you have to move. Make sure you watch for that teleport too. If you're in the front side, it can look as if you're, just damaging the boss as usual, but it's not. You teleported. Yeah, you want to stay away from those tentacles. Don't do what I do. Like I said, it's a little bit rougher on mobile. And I do got an update on my RNG. I don't know how many of you watched my last video, but I ended up getting some insane loot from Cerberus. Let's see if I'm able to pull it up. I am not. Okay. I ended up getting 2 Eternals, 1 Primordial, a Pegasian, and 3 Smoldering Stones, and 2 Slayer tasks of Cerberus. I'll be bringing a a video soon of me selling loot from 94 to 95 Slayer at all bosses. If anyone's interested in that, it'll be coming soon. I am 86k away. Every single loot has been from a Slayer boss, like Sire, Araxor, Cerberus. I have sold the Cerberus loot because the prices were dropping, but I'll add that into the loot value. I still can't get over how I got, it was like a 49 mil task. I've never had an RNG like that. I like to think it's to my YouTube viewers. JetX is finally being a little more lenient on me. So hopefully more views I get, the more my RNG will turn around. I was making a video for you guys of charging glories. I had gotten a eternal glory, and I started charging glories to get a fresh, to do that first 25k, so I could get a good reading for it, I guess you'd say. See if my RNG is on point or not. I'm 17k glories charged currently, and I still haven't received the second eternal glory yet. But I'll keep you guys posted on it. Just know in the background that's what I've been doing. Glories and Slayer, trying to get you guys this video of selling loot from just a single level, or should I say late game level. So if you were to do it all at a Slayer boss, I'm not gonna lie, the Slayer tab does look pretty juicy. I'll show it a little after this trip, if you guys stick around all the way, or you could fast forward if you like. I just want to show you guys how I do Cerberus, or my bad, Abyssal Sire. What am I doing? I'm getting sidetracked, ain't I? But it took a lot of trial and error, I won't lie. I probably died 12 times before I figured this out, which I guess it ain't too bad. It just sucks when you die, you gotta pay like 500 some odd K or whatnot every time. Everything gets pretty expensive after a while. But it's thanks to you guys I'm learning these bosses. If you happen to look at me on the high scores previous to me making videos, I hadn't done any of these bosses besides Cerberus. So I want to thank you all for watching and encouraging me to keep going and get these bosses done. I'm still looking for that Cerberus pet, or any pet. I'm also looking for that Kraken pet. I should be getting close to it. I got like 2,000 kills at Kraken. It's pretty close to that drop rate for it. I'm having a rough go. Ran out of run. Well, that didn't go too well. That'd be alright. That was a horrible showing on my behalf. Don't do what I did on that kill. That was a bad one. Alright, so Shadow Barrage. Or I gotta wait for those to pop up. Now I can Shadow Barrage. Turn on Augury. Now we're gonna, instead of clicking right on the vent, we're gonna click over, then click on the vent. Because if not, it'll get you in this weird running sideways animation, and it's slower than running. No. I'll try to show you guys what I'm talking about by the vents won't die. Yeah, see how it won't die and that counter's still going? It's weird. Something JetX needs to patch to give you that full 30 seconds so you can do a 1 cycle kill. Turn on melee prayer. Spec them twice with the Emberlight. Make sure you're watching for those mushroom clouds. Or the mushrooms come up under your feet. Because they'll hit you for like a 20, 25 every tick, I believe. Oh, wow, that was a quick one there, huh? Quick phase. Alright, so stomps twice. Let's move. Pot up. There we go. It forced me to take that damage because it was teleporting me. Alright, let's get out of this cloud. Barrage. 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 Put my melee gear on, give him a smack, try to avoid the tentacles. I know it's kind of difficult the way I do it, but it's the only way I know how. And I know a lot of people struggle with some of these Slayer bosses like I did. I still haven't put out an Araxer video because I still feel like I'm so bad at it. And I got like 80 some odd kills there, or 70 or 80 kills. I am up to 83 kills on Sire. I haven't got any unique drops, as you can tell from the loot. I have gotten 3.6 mil worth of stuff though. No complaints there. I've always just been content with the standard loot. Didn't really have much luck with RNG. I keep forgetting to look how much Slayer XP each kill gives. There's that weird running sideways animation. It slows you down a bit. But, you know, old school RS is a very old game. So no complaints, honestly. Alright, let's see if we can get 2 specs off on him this time. Oh, there's one. I got both specs. This should be a pretty nice kill. Yeah, you hit him pretty hard if you land both specs. You just eat through them. Turn on that range prayer. Move. Because the mushrooms, you see them there? There's the teleport. Walk a little ways away, and boom, run back, give them a smack. Stay away from the tentacles. Alright, I'm going to heal up. I don't need to, but I like to stay as high HP as I can. Because I don't know how many times when I was learning this boss in the beginning, and when I stayed around 70, 60 HP, somewhere right in there, I'd accidentally run into the tentacles, and the poison mushrooms would come up from underneath me and just KO me. But this boss, mostly, as long as you can heal with the barrages like I've been showing you, you really don't need any food. I'm just too afraid to not bring any food. I could probably get away with way less food and a few more prayer pots. It'd probably get me a few more kills. You could always adjust your inventory as you need. Alright, so we go back. Shadow Barrage, stun. Augury is off. Put on my melee gear. And wait for the sire to come out. This will probably be the last kill for the inventory. I don't know how many I've done. I've made numerous mistakes that I normally wouldn't make if I was recording. I just get nervous. Since I'm new to YouTube and I don't want to mess up. Alright, so he's getting lower on HP. Walk off to the side. A crit at 27 as he's walking away. There's the teleport. Turn on that protect range. Hopefully I get it unsired right here. That'd be awesome. I've been looking for the Abyssal head for I don't know how long. I've gotten several thousand Abyssal demon kills trying to get it, and I still haven't received it. Now let's try for one more kill. Yeah, I'm going to try for one more kill here. Alright, Shadow Barrage. I'm not going to use any prayer on the respirators this time. I'm going to stamina up. I was trying to get that one cycle, but it was close. What am I? There we go. Alright, so let's turn on. Let's go. Spec. Alright. It's weird, you only get that 2 hits whenever if you're walking in front of them, you can only hit them twice, but if you're behind them and following them, you can get 3 hits. I don't know if that's some kind of mechanic. It's probably a pushing mechanic that I'm just looking past. Alright, we gotta focus on getting the kill, not healing. just damage him down. Oh, I didn't turn range prayer on, did I? That's about the worst drop I've ever seen from here. But alright, let's get back to the bank. You see I got all that food left. It's mostly just prayer potions at this boss. Alright. Let's check out this loot tab. Mobile's so hard sometimes. And that. Alright, here's the loot tab. I've sold all the crystals, but this is what the loot tab is looking like so far. Looks pretty good. But yeah, if you guys like this video, like and subscribe. And this is Logetsome. Have a good night.